this is not a pilgrim special, so don't even talk about your pilgrimage ever again, right? That's shut down, finished, never want to hear a word.
Shut down. We do not want to talk about that ever again. It's boring. We've had enough.
Boring.
Move on.
Boring.
Boring. Angie, boring alert.
She's done a pilgrimage. No one cares. Boring.
Boring.
And
Move on.
If you mention pilgrimage again to me, I will smack you in the face. Okay?
I'll shove a pilgrim up your ass.
We know you've done it. We know you're turning 50. We know you've been a pilgrim. Now, piss off.
Now move on.
How are you, Angie?
I'm okay, Pat Sheens.
Yeah. What's been happening? What's been going on? We saw each other a lot this weekend.
Yeah. I mean,
Went
we go
from Friday, had a barbecue Saturday.
Yeah. I mean, we go from like absolutely zero contact communication, like you could be dead to me.
0 to hero.
To hero. Yeah. Probably not a hero.
No, I don't think either of us really are in hero vibes.
No, we're not hero vibes. No. 0 to mediocre.
So how's your week been?
What, last week?
Yeah, just in general. How have you been doing? What have you been doing? I mean, we obviously had a great weekend. We spent a lot of time together. We had fun.
We did. Nice. We had a nice time. Yeah. I mean, obviously, first week back after being away, it's an absolute dog shit of poo, isn't it?
It's an absolute dog shit of poo. A dog shit of poo. That's what it is.
It's like a dog shit has shit on your own poo.
That is brilliant.
So that was a bit of a, it's a bit of a, and obviously it was the old bank holiday last week, wasn't it? So I had the week off plus the extra Monday, so you lose a day. Plus you're trying to catch up from a week before. It's just
that is a lot.
It was a lot, Pat. It was a lot. But no, I mean, other than that, just all quite boring, run-of-the-mill shite.
Boring.
What about you? You were probably more out than you were in last week.
Fucking hell, I ballsed up my diary last week. Fucking mental. God.
You've actually become Angie. You've become me.
Oh, I need to really start to think. When people say, can you do this date? I need to go into my calendar and look what else I've got.
Because you just go,
I didn't get to the gym.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. Shit, actually, I can't.
I'm Mal in that way.
No, you're not. You're Angie.
Yeah, but Mal does that too, doesn't he? Mal's like, yeah. And then he's like, I've got this band gig 3 weeks in a row. Yeah, because you said, yeah. I'm like Mal in that. Mal's like, yeah. And then you have instant regret.
I actually like saying no a lot more now.
Oh, yeah. And to be honest, I normally do. That's a very rogue week for me now, for me to be out that much. But I didn't get to the gym at all last week.
No.
So I'm in my gym kit tonight. I'm going, but it's going to be hard today. It's going to be
you're going to have to really force your ass out the door, aren't you? Because you said you were going to go yesterday, but you didn't, obviously. No.
Didn't. I've got to go. I have got to get back into it. So I've got 2 weeks till my holiday, and then I'm not going to be going. So
then you are really going to fall off the bandwagon.
No, Angie. No falling off wagons here, going down. No gym wagon falling off here. I'll tell you what I did get. I got a message from our good mate, Nick Ritchley.
Yes, Nicholas.
Now, I think we should give a shout out to Nick. If anybody's looking to give monthly to a charity, let's say the Alfie Nick Foundation, right?
Oh, well, yeah, for shiz.
So Nick and his wife have got an incredible story. Go and have a look at the Alfie Nick Foundation and look at what they're doing to help young people in care and those who are kind of got SEN needs and stuff like that. The Alfie Nick Foundation. But Nick has been a friend of ours since I mean, you've known him since he was born.
Yeah.
And he's 6 months older than me. Mm-hmm. And this is what he messaged. Mate, I'm on holiday and it's as if you're here with us. Rachel, who is his wife, is laughing on an Ange, listening to you and Ange giggle. Burger King at the airport. Couldn't agree more. Outrageous. Dickish behaviour for you. It's being charged more for a proper Coke and less for a Coke Zero in England. That doesn't happen here in Gran Canaria. I'm an adult and can make my adult choice. Let me drink what the hell I would like. And then he's put, worst Burger King ever, by the way. Antalya Airport. Went there in 2022 and paid about 80 quid for me and the family. Absolutely shoddy.
It is. It is. I was so pleased Nick is with me on this Burger King bandwagon shit.
Burger King at the airport. Couldn't agree more. Outrageous.
It It is
outrageous.
It is outrageous.
And being charged more for a regular Coke in the UK. Let's drink what the hell I fucking like, mate.
Yeah. If I won 25 teaspoons of sugar, I'm having it.
I'm an adult.
Jog on. Yeah. I know. Well, I was so pleased.
Charging me sugar tax.
Sugar tax.
Yeah,
bloody hell, mate.
Bloody hell.
Well, did you see my... I put it on... You actually... I know you saw it because you reacted, but I put it on my story last night. No one tells you this, but the older you get, the more you look out your house windows. That is so...
I read that out to Marley.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is it about you just stand looking out your windows? And then every so often you'll go, oh, who's that? Who's that? It's just someone walking down the street, mate. It's no business of yours. It's a public path.
And also, I quite often do a sort of lean onto the windowsill. So I lean down. Lay down. It generally tends to be a morning thing for me. Sort of get up, go downstairs, open my curtains, hands on windowsill, slight press down, slight lean back, just take a view of what's going on outside.
Fold your arms.
Yeah, just
do like a...
Here we go again.
Oh, here we go. It's Monday. Just doing my regular check. There he goes with his his dog's looking old. God.
Yeah.
That dog will not be here this time next week.
Yeah. And then you go, brown bins, got to put that out tonight.
Got to put that out.
Brown bins are out tonight.
Audrey's already put her brown bin out. I need to get on that.
Yeah, I need to get on that shit. Well done, Audrey.
Well, I saw a very funny, very British problems, and we've sort of touched on this about QR
codes.
VVP. A
VVP.
Okay, so we sort of touched on this, but I think they nailed this perfectly. Okay. Hi guys, have you eaten with us before? Okay, let me explain the concept. If you scan the QR code, you'll see a set menu with a selection of small plates that come out in no particular order. We suggest ordering 3 to 4 each, even though each one costs the same as a regular main course. Just to let you know, the plates will require more room than the table provides. Seeing as there's 2 of you, we'll make sure each plate will contain 3 items. The meal will cost 3 figures and you won't be full. Right? This is the next bit. At the end, you can pay the bill via another QR code, and that bill will include a service charge. But then we'll ask you if you want to tip an extra 12, 15 or 20% on top of that. So hopefully you'll get confused and tip twice. You'll also incur a £1 admin charge for paying via the QR code. Can I get you any bread for the table for a £5 charge that I'm not going to mention?
That is so true.
Small plates, they'll come out in no particular order. There's 2 of you, so there'll be 3 of everything. It'll cost you 3 figures and then we'll confuse you with the tip. See you later.
Small plates, they do get on my shit.
Oh, I love a small plate, but I do get it.
But it's just...
I need to tell you about the tits from my party, don't I, that I hosted?
Last
week, we touched on it.
Yeah. Oh, was this the thing you went...
My friend Sarah did, yeah. She did get what's getting on my tits party, and I told you a little bit about it on last week's episode, didn't I? And I said I've got to. So, let me tell you the person that came runner up.
Okay, yeah.
Talked about going to the hairdressers.
Right, yeah.
She said, I know this is going to seem like an odd one because people think it's like pamper me time. It's absolutely not. I've got to sit there for 3 hours. Making small talk with somebody who's telling me that she's considering becoming estranged from her family. I've got to look in the mirror at myself, looking absolutely fucking disgusting in one of those capes. All I want to do is sit and scroll my phone, but no, I can't do that. I've got to talk to somebody who's cutting my hair, asking about my life, telling me about her holidays. I'm thinking I don't give a shit. And then to top it all off, I go home. My husband gives me the kids back because he's like, you've had 3 hours on your own. No, I haven't. I've had a fucking shit time.
That is so true. Yeah.
It's like become this it's a me time thing. She said my hairdresser's been becoming estranged from her family for about the last 5 weeks. It's doing my head in.
It is also that thing of like, just sitting in front of the mirror, looking at yourself, especially if you're having colour and shit done.
With all the foils on, and then they keep having to check you. And
yeah, I have like sort of like a semi-permanent on my sort of rootage
because got a semi-lob on.
I've got a semi-lob on because I've got so many freaking grey hairs.
Semi-lob
so
on.
I've just basically got brown paint all over my head, which just looks horrific. Then I've got all the like foliage that goes in there, and you're sitting there it's just not a nice experience. As in, the finished product, hopefully,
it's going to be good.
You're going to look sensational. But the process you go through to get that, and also, you do look like a turd.
Like she said, like she's got quite young children, this woman. So, she's like, oh, my husband thinks I've had me time and I've sat and had a really great time. And I haven't. I've listened to somebody else's woes for the best part of 3 hours. I've looked like a turd. I've had a cold cup of coffee and I've come home and now I've got to play the whole like, yeah, I've had some me time. I'll take over with the kids.
Although I do like the sort of having a coffee. My hairdresser, big up Dom.
He's your friend, isn't he?
Yeah,
which is very different for you.
Yes.
But imagine going to a big salon every few months, sitting there for 3 hours thinking, I've got to make shitty small talk. And then finally, Sarah, who was the person that put the party together, talked about hygienists getting on her tits, going to the hygienist. Now, obviously, covered the dentist, but she said, what she said was, hygienists are cows. They're cows. They tell you not to look after your mouth right. They tell you not to look after your teeth. They then go, oh, your gums are bleeding. Yeah, because you've just prodded me with a stick. If I prodded you in the face with a stick, your cheek would bleed. So what? And she said, she was like, my hygienist is this Scouser woman who is so judgmental of me. I feel like I'm actually Satan when I walk in there.
I mean, I haven't been to see a hygienist in years.
Who's dicking around with that shit?
Why is Sarah dicking around? Just don't dick around, Sarah.
Her husband goes to the hygienist a lot and gets really big praise, and Sarah hates it.
Well, just let him get on and get the praise.
Let him get on and get the bloody praise. So yeah, that was my air party a couple of weeks ago.
Well, so why did she have that party? What was the
It was for her birthday, and she's wanted to do it for ages.
Right.
And she just decided that was the birthday party she wanted to have, and she very specifically selected people that she thought would really get on board with it, and I've got to say it was brilliant.
Really got on board with it. Did everyone get on board with it?
Everyone got on board. We were all on board.
You were all on board with it. That's Now then, we had a dickish behaviour in from a listener. Let me find. Okay, so this was a dickish behaviour we had in from Chloe Powell. Chloe Powell. Which actually, Chloe Powell uses 2 1s at the end rather than 2 L's.
Very clever.
Chloe Powell 1-1.
Very Chloe Powell 1-1.
And she says, people wearing their sunglasses on the back of their head and upside down.
Yes! This is brilliant! What has happened here?
Yes!
What has happened here?
Why are they...
What are people
predominantly
doing?
Men.
Oh, it's not predominantly men. It's all... I've never seen a woman walking around with their sunglasses on the back of their head upside down.
Weird, yeah.
Yeah. What is going on?
Also, men are quite into sort of doing sort of the cap on backwards and then putting the sunglasses on so the balance on the back of the head.
Yes.
Upside down. I mean, what? Just don't wear either. Don't wear sunglasses.
What about men who have the string around the back of their head, not round their chest? They have like a bit of sunglass string that goes round the back of their head.
Hey, what?
Have you not seen that?
A sunglass string that goes round the back of their head?
Yeah, so it attaches to the arm of their glasses.
Yeah.
And then like drops down round, not around their necks, they could take them off and they would hang down their neck, but like drops round behind their head.
I've not seen that.
You've not seen that, have you? You've not
seen it.
You've not seen that, perhaps.
No.
But yes, also, just even if they're not upside down, why are you not just putting your sunglasses on your head if you don't need them, or taking them off, slipping them in your shirt?
Yeah.
Why have you started putting them on the back of your head?
Also, it's quite a rigmarole, isn't it? How are you even doing that? Like, how are you getting them? So you're sort of going...
I'm doing it with my glasses now. So I've taken my glasses off and I'm putting them on. Oh, it's actually quite easy, to be honest.
Is it?
Yeah, you just take them off and then just put them over your ears the other way. It's quite easy, but just push them up onto your head.
Yeah.
Just push. Also,
it's a style thing, isn't it?
Is it?
That's what it? I mean, it's not, but I think that's what a lot of men think.
A lot of men who are pricks. Men really can be dickheads, can't they?
Yeah, I think there's a certain breed of man that is a cap-wearing, sunglass.
Podcast Paul wears a lot of caps.
Right.
Right.
That actually says a lot.
Straight in with a right. Yeah. Okay, we've got. I
can actually see Podcast Paul.
Oh, why? Do you think Podcast Paul's a bit of a prick?
No, I can just see.
Oh, there was a pause there.
No, not at all.
But He's a lovely guy.
I can see that he might do that shit.
He doesn't wear his glasses on his sunglasses on the back of the head. He'd never do that.
Well, not that you've seen.
No, I know for a fact. I know ipso facto. Podcast Paul would not do that. I know.
Well, I'm not so sure about that.
This is out of order. You're slagging him off now. This is out of order.
I'm not slagging him. I just think there is a certain type of man.
Oh, and you're saying Podcast Paul is that? Right.
That sort of
right. That sort of this is really dangerous ground, Ange, because Paul will definitely be listening, loves our podcast, and listens without fail. And you've met him once, and you are going in.
No, he's a lovely man. He's a very lovely man. He's very well together. He's put well together. But I think Paul probably has at some point done that. Maybe he wouldn't now, but I think he's the kind of person on holiday, shirt off, pair of tight little salmon pink shorts, cap on back to front, right, sunglasses on the back of your head, upside down,
right,
thinks he's a big dick. I think.
Well, I don't, and I'm going to back Paul profusely in this space.
Fine, that's because you'll always back him.
I had a Justin in from one of my friends. Can I bring it?
Yeah, bring it.
So my manager Dwayne, we call Dwayne to keep them anonymous.
Yeah, Dwayne.
So she says, shouldn't be embarrassing, but is picking a nail colour in a busy nail bar. For them not to have it and shout at each other in a foreign language like you've done something wrong. Then you sit there with a colour you don't actually want, feeling like a right mug. And then she's put, actually, forget that. It starts earlier than this. Embarrassing, but shouldn't be, starts the second you walk in. There's a cue.
Yes.
You take your space. Everyone in the entire place turns to look. Your turn. They tell you where to sit. Embarrassing. The ladies who come in after you are eyeing you up like you've jumped ahead. You can see them listening for what you're going to get. You can see them listening for what you're getting to get an idea on how long you're going to be. Yeah. You really want to say, oh, fudge off when someone says they're getting their hands and feet done. You then have the dreaded what colour moment and get handed a box of 1 million different nails, all in colours.
Gosh,
yeah. Then to throw an added bonus, they now have another box of biab nails, which they assume you know the difference between. Sit there, colour picked, and now you're sat next to random people looking at comparing the length and colour of your nails. Don't actually know why I put myself through it. And then to top it all off, I'm sure the ladies can probably speak perfect English, but just want to slag me off and add much confusion to my time in the nail bar. Fuckers.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson, I think that is probably one of the best embarrassing we have ever had.
She then says, which goes back a bit to the hairdressers thing, Ruth, I've got to further add this, the small talk. Why, oh why? I just want peace. I may be a minority in that view, I do know that. quite frankly, nail lady, you don't give two shits if I've had a good day. You don't even wait for the answer, and then you're talking to the colleague next to you. Peace and quiet and fresh nails, not a lot to ask. Rant over.
I actually think this could be something for nail bars and hairdressers to get on board with. I think you could start offering silence-only appointments.
Right, where you could take in a little green card or something and you put it on the desk,
or just
at
the point at the point of booking. Obviously a lot of the nail bars you just walk in, don't you? And you just have to, dick around waiting for a space, like Dwayne has pointed out. But if you book your hair appointment, or you can actually, producer John just said they need to learn from barbers. They do actually. They need to kind of
takes us back a few weeks. They do.
Yeah. Because I think if you could pick a point, you go, right, okay, I'm going to get my hair done on Wednesday at 3. I don't want any fucker to talk to me. I don't want to talk to any fucker. That's the appointment for me. I think if they offered that, I think people would get on board with it, because I think a lot of the time, and obviously this is more for women, because obviously barbers already know you just don't say a fucking word, don't breathe, just cut my hair.
Like Marty, who sat with his barber for 35 minutes and said 3 words.
Exactly. So I think this is more of a woman thing, isn't it? Because women, going for getting their nails, hair, your bits done, your bits. I don't do all the bit stuff because I just use a razor. No. But what is that? What is it like? Because you go and have all your fanny and everything done, don't you? What do you do? These appointments must be even more awkward.
No, we do chat while she's she's ripping the hair off my fur. We're chatting.
So you're out there, fanny out, growler at her face, and she's having a chat
at her face. She's saying, "Have you got any holidays planned? Where have you been? What are you doing? How's everything?"
No, that's actually even worse.
Yeah.
No, I think this has got to be a thing. I think salons need to bring in these silence-only appointments.
She also gave me a brilliant tits, which is...
we're going full in with Dwayne here.
Honestly, because this was before she went on holiday, right?
She's done like a massive debrief.
Yeah. Although, another thing, shitting tits. My husband, military operation, going to the airport.
Oh, God.
My God, he lives in the fucking 80s. He needs everything printed off in case our phones don't work, in case they don't have a scanner at the airport, and in case we lose a phone. We have every eventuality. Ruth, I'm serious. I want to kill him, right? Then he's now bought the printer inside and is debating at it. He's screaming at me about how it can print all this stuff and then just stop. Honestly, he's ludicrous. He sent it to my phone, his phone, and it's on his iPad.
That is such a male thing.
Then a few minutes later, Ruth, he's bought the printer inside in case it works better. Honestly, there is nothing more annoying than a man going on holiday. Yeah. Oh, Christ, now he's calling his dad to print it off at his house. Yeah. Fuck my life right now.
That is so true.
What is it about men? Right, you've sent it to my phone. This would be Mal. You sent it to Mal. You sent it to my phone, Ange's phone, Mum's phone. You've got it on your own phone. Yeah, but you think, what if the scanner's not working? It will be working. Like hundreds of thousands of people go through Heathrow every day, Dad. It will be working. Do you think I should just run upstairs and quickly print it off? No, you don't need to. I'm not sure. But the fact that her husband then brought the printer inside to see if it worked better.
Bloody hell.
Then phoned his dad.
Does he not know now? It's like, as long as it's on your phone, no one really...
but he's saying, what if the signal goes down? What if it can't? What if it doesn't open on my phone? What if we don't? It's like, dude, you just go to the counter then and they'll print you off a boarding pass. What are you going to need? As long as you've got your passport and you've actually booked a flight, you can do anything.
Also, a lot of men, and maybe I'm actually being... what's the word? What is it when you kind of like... put everyone in the same bracket?
Oh yeah, you're giving a sweeping statement. You're generalising.
Maybe I'm generalising here, right? But don't you find men always have to take a shit before they actually leave for the airport? Like they can't, if they don't shit now, they might shit their pants on the way. Or they'll get there and there'll be a massive queue and they won't be able to take a shit and then they might shit in their pants.
Well, I'll tell you this. Dwayne's husband is the polar opposite to Marty, because Marty does not give a shit.
No.
Marty would not be able to tell you where we're flying from, where we're flying to, when we're flying, what time we're leaving, who's hired the car. Like, he actually said to me just last week, where are we going again? It was like the same place we've been for the last 3 years, Marty, Celebrania. Oh, yeah. Should we go on the Saturday or the Sunday? The Sunday. What time are we flying? 6:30. Where from? Right. And then he said to me, oh, right, yeah. What, have we hired a car? Yes, Marty. It's all done. It's all fucking done. On the morning of, he'll be like, have you got the passports? Yes.
Yeah, I think you should just not do any of it. Okay, now we had a, this is quite a one we haven't done for a while, but we've had a because
nice. Right, that was lovely.
That was actually, wasn't it?
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, really quite dulcet. We've had a Le Big Question in from Mel Cam.
Okay.
Mel asks, how often do you wash your bras?
This is a great question.
That's what I thought, okay, Mel.
This is fantastic.
Yeah. Because I think this is quite a sort of, I think it's the sort of thing that not a lot of women do on the regs.
I feel like we could take this to a poll.
A bra poll.
I really do.
Mm. So how often do you wash your brows?
Every couple of wears, every 2 to 3 wears.
No, do you?
Yeah.
See, I'm not.
What, you do it more?
No, less.
Shit, I wash my bras more than you.
Yeah.
That surprises me.
Yeah, because do you know what I think it is with the bra? I think, it's only really holding my tits.
Yeah, but you get sweaty.
Yeah, I know you get sweaty. And it's not like I wash them like once a month. It's probably like, I don't know.
Once every 3 weeks. Once every 3.5 weeks.
Yeah. I'd say I'm probably like once every maybe like 5 days.
Okay, right. Days. Yeah, so I'd do 3, you'd do 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because really they are only holding your tits. I know you can get sweaty, but it's not like your fuff, is it?
It's not like your fuff.
Your fuff is...
It isn't like your fuff.
It's ripe. That's a great...
Your fuff is ripe.
It's
ripe and often ready for picking.
It is ripe down there.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Joel.
Especially in these, summer months.
Oh, she is ripe.
She is
really fucking ripe.
Sometimes I'll wear 2 pairs of knickknacks in a day.
Really?
Yeah.
I will. I'll put a clean pair on to go to bed.
Yeah, because sometimes you think, I've actually really,
sweaty and disgusting.
Quite a sweat on there today. I think I'm gonna pop a nice fresh pair of panties on.
Panties.
To go to bed.
I hate the word panties.
But your bra, it's just holding some flesh.
Yeah, but it does get sweaty. You can't deny that, especially in these more warmer months.
Warmer climates. Yeah. Yeah.
I think 5 days is okay. I would go 2 to 3.
Right. Yeah, I'm definitely more sort of like 5 to 6.
Now, that wouldn't be 2 to 3 wears, because if I had been in a sports bra all day...
Oh, yeah.
And then I put a bra on to go out maybe for dinner or something, that wouldn't be classed as a wear. I would do that much longer. So it wouldn't be like, oh, and then I'd wear that tomorrow night and then I'd wash it. No.
Right.
It's 3 days. Right. It's 3 days worth of wearage. Yeah.
Full day wearage.
Full day wearage. If I've done 3 days in it, I'm like, oh yeah, that could do with it. Yeah, that could do with it.
That could do with it.
When I went to South Africa with the Salvation Army on my gap year, I went for 6 weeks and I took 2 bras, but one of them broke.
Oh my God.
I had 1 bra for
6 weeks. Did you have access to washing facilities?
Yeah, I was really limited in how often I could wash.
Oh Lord. I mean, that is a thing.
I think I washed it once in 6 weeks.
Oh my gosh, Pat.
That's griots.
That would have been absolutely disgusting.
That is griots, isn't it?
That is griots.
Just so you know, we use the word griots for gross. If anyone doesn't know.
If you'd like to partake in a griots.
That is griots.
If you find something this week that is gross, maybe it's your stinky underwear or your partner's bumhole or something, you could use the word griots. You're welcome.
Also, we went out on Friday, Ange and I, with a couple of our friends, and Ange's friend Rachel Hardy was there, who's brilliant and always listens. And the question came up: if you were an ice cream or an icy treat, what would you be? Right? And Rachel said that this is so funny and now lives rent-free in my head. Rachel said she would be a vanilla mini milk, which is the worst of the box, and she would be the one right at the bottom of the drawer, covered in ice, that everyone's ignored.
We were discussing this on the way down in the car to come and meet you for and then when she said it, we were cracking up, but then we just started going which also cracked us up.
She said that Ange was an Arctic roll.
Yes. Cow.
What would I be?
An Arctic roll? I was like, an Arctic roll?
Yeah, back to the 80s, mate.
That's a freaking shit at that.
What would I be?
I think, I don't know. I think you'd be like I don't know, really. Maybe like a Viennetta or something.
Yeah, I did think maybe a Viennetta.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just plucked.
Well, I think a Viennetta is quite,
classy. No, you're not a Viennetta.
No, not classy. It's not classy. It's very like middle class, run of the mill. I mean, not that I don't feel like a run of the mill, but you can put it on most tables and people will go, "Oh,
I'm going to devour it."
Yeah, and I feel like you could spread me on most tables and people would devour me, even if it is ripe down there. Again, Joel, you're welcome. So I just had to bring that up because that was very funny that she said about being a vanilla mini milk. And then you kept calling them all night vanilla malted milks. We were like, no, Ange.
I do love a malted milk, though.
Me too. Oh, we found a biscuit that Angie can get on board with. Yeah, what the hell? Yeah. Hold the phone.
And also, at the moment, I'm really heavily into ginger nuts.
Are you?
Just FYI. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really sort of an evening, I'm like, yeah, get me my ginger nuts.
Wow.
Yeah. And I nibble all the way around the outside.
Shit, she's a nibbler.
I'm a nibbler of a nut.
Wow. She's a nut nibbler.
I'm a nut nibbler.
I'm a nut nibbler. Yeah. Very good. Very funny. Well, there's another episode in the can, in the bag. Yep. Remember, there's loads of ways you can get in touch with us. You can find Angela on Instagram. I'm at Ruth_Corden. She's at Ange Corden.
As previously mentioned, we're taking a hiatus from the world of Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. But you can still find the podcast on Instagram. Just search Finding the Funny Podcast.
Or you can send us an email, findingthefunnypodcast@gmail.com. But Ange and I will be back next week helping you to find more of the funny.